students, I am Satyaprakash. Welcome to Cars Physics. This is my lecture 5 on kinematics and we are continuing motion in a straight line as we have discussed in lecture 4. In this lecture, we will discuss some fundamental numericals on speed and velocity as I have suggested you in lecture 4. You should have gone through some formulas on trigonometry, algebra and calculus, means from differentiation and integration. I have written sum of formula on differentiation and on integration. d by dx, differentiation of constant is 0. d by dx of x to the power n, power is n, bring power outside and finally subtract 1 from the power. d by dx of x to the power n is n into x to the power n minus 1. Similarly, differentiation d by dx of sin x is cos x, d by dx of cos x is minus sin x. Similarly, you may follow d by dx of cot x, cosec x, okay, log x. Similarly, integration means sum. Integration of dx is x. Integration of x to the power n into dx is x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Integration of sin x is minus cos x. Integration of cos x is sin x. And you have constant c. Okay, these are basic formula. Okay, you will use some of the formula in today's class only. From differentiation today we will use these two formula, and from integration we will use only these two formula. Only in today's class. In later stage we will use trigonometric functions. Okay, let's start our class. Question number 1. A man travels on x-axis with a constant speed of 10 meters per second. Man travels along x-axis. Man travels along x-axis. This is x-axis with a constant speed, let be 10 meters per second, through a distance 100 meters, covers a distance 100 meters, reaches at A and returns back. Again returns back with same speed, means speed is 10 meters per second, through a distance 50 meters. Let finally reaches at B, means distance from A to B is 50 meters. Okay, we have to find average velocity and average speed. Not average speed. Why not average speed? Because the theory works. If a body moves with uniform speed, then uniform speed is equal to average speed. Here uniform speed is 10 meters per second, then average speed must be equal to 10 meters per second. I will show you. Let's first find average velocity. Average velocity means we have to find magnitude of average velocity. Total. O is initial point, goes to point A and finally returns back to point B. O is initial position, B is final position. So shortest path is from O to B, directed from O to B, means displacement is length of straight line, OB, from O to B. Then time is T, displacement upon time. Then time taken by the man to move from O to A, then length of OB. Time goes from O to A, the time is T1, then returns back from A to B, then time is T2. Then magnitude of average velocity, length of path OB, total distance 100, O to A to B is 50, then OB is 100 minus 50, 50 meters. Then time T1, time taken by the man to move from O to A, distance is 100 meters, speed is 10. If speed is constant, then time is ratio of distance to speed. Distance is 100 meters and speed is 10 meters per second, plus time T2. T2 is time taken by the man to return from A to B. Distance is 50 meters and again speed is same speed, 10 meters per second, and this will come 50 meters divided by 10 seconds plus 5 seconds, 15 seconds, and it will come 10 by 3 meters per second. This is average velocity, magnitude of average velocity. If you want to calculate average speed, I have already told you average speed will be equal to 10 meters per second because speed is constant. If you calculate average speed, okay, average speed is total distance man moves from O to A total distance is O to A, plus returns back from A to B, irrespective of direction, then time is T1 plus T2. Okay. Then OA is 100 meter, AB is 50 meter. Again T1 plus T2 is 15 seconds. See, 150 divided by 15 seconds. Again it comes 10 meter per second. No need to calculate. Okay. If this question were asked like this, a man travels from O to A through a distance 100 meter with a speed 10 meter per second and again returns back from A to O. Means moves from O to A, returns back from A to A. Sorry, A to O. Then also speed is constant. This is also 10 meter per second. Then our speed again will be 10 meter per second because our speed is total distance from O to A, then returns back from A to O, then total time is T1 plus T. Okay. O to A 100 meter, A to O 100 meter, 100 plus 100. Again T1 100 meter distance, speed is 10, so time is 10. Distance 100 meter divided by speed. Again when it returns, distance is 100, again speed is 10. Okay. So distance 100 divided by 10, so time is again 10, so it will come 10 meter per second. 200 divided by 20. Then average velocity will be 0 if the man returns back to initial point O, because this is initial part, this is final part, so displacement is 0, so average velocity is 0 if the man returns back to point O. Okay, this is most common question and very easy question. Okay, then we'll turn our question now to curvilinear motion. See students, I will show you some shortcut relation formula which you will apply while doing objective problems in very small time. You can answer the objective questions. Okay, let's start. Question number 2. A particle moves on a circle up a radius r, okay, and subtends an angle theta about center in time t. The particle moves on a circle of radius r and subtends an angle theta about the center in time t. Find average speed and average velocity of the particle. Okay, this is the key question from which you will get a relation for average speed and also for a relation for average velocity, which you may put for any value of theta. See, this question, in this question, we have to find the answer taking time t. Then another type of question we will approach in terms of speed v. Okay. A particle moves on a circle of radius r. This is center, this is radius. Let a particle is initially at A, moves on the circular path, reaches at B, subtends an angle theta above the center. This is also radius r. Okay. Then first we will find average speed. Okay. Average speed is total distance. Distance is AB. Means the curved path AB. This is actual path. Path length is AB divided by time. Time is t. Okay. Then how to calculate AB? Curved path. Okay. We have discussed in lecture 3 how to calculate length of arc. This is distance, this is length of arc. I have given one formula in terms of angle. Okay, there I have told you to take angle in theta, angle in degree. You may convert it into radian. See students, my appeal to all my students who have not gone through lecture 3. Please go through it. You will get fundamental on distance and displacement. Okay, this will help you a great deal. Okay, I have given the relation. Distance is the curved path AB, means length of arc AB. Length of arc ratio of length of arc to angle subtended at the center is constant. This is equals to total length, means length of circumference, total angle is 360 degree. Then we can calculate AB if theta is given. This is, in this formula, you have to take theta in degree. If you convert it into radian, then AB divided by theta is equal to 2 pi r. 360 degrees is obviously 2 pi. Then length AB, curved path AB. Curved path AB is equal to r theta. This is distance. Curved path means this is distance. Here it must be noted that for this formula, theta is in radian. Very important. You should theta take it, theta in radian. Then average speed is AB, means length of actual path length of arc r theta divided by time. This is formula for average speed. Then average velocity. Average velocity. A is initial position, B is final position. The straight line directed from A to B is displacement. Then average velocity, length of straight line AB, okay, from A to B. Magnitude of AB divided by time. Again, we have discussed average velocity. Length AB along a straight line, if angle is theta, we have taken 2r sine theta by 2. Length of AB divided by time. This is formula for average velocity. This is formula for average speed. This is average speed. This is average velocity. Okay. See, this question can be asked in different ways. I am writing one question. These are the two formulas. Take screenshot. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am turning the question. You may take in different ways. A particle traverses 3/4 up circle of radius r in time t. We have to find average velocity and average speed. 3/4 of circular track in time t. Okay. See, this is the circular path. Let a particle start its motion from A. Radius is r. This is center. Traverses 3/4. See students, this is semicircle, means half the circular path. Then again 1/4 of circular path reaches at B. This is 3/4. Starts from A, reaches at B. Half the circular path plus 1/4 is 3/4. Radius of the circular path is r. We have to find average speed and average velocity. See, this total angle, we have to take theta in radian. This angle is pi, 180 degree pi. This is pi by 2, means 90 degree. Total angle is 3 pi by 2. Okay. Then average speed, just use this formula. Average speed. Average speed is r theta. Theta is 3 pi by 2 divided by time t. Then average speed is 3 pi r by 2t. A value of r is given and t, time is given, then you can calculate average speed. I have not used any numerical values, means magnitudes. I have used only variables r, t, etc. The value are given, you can put those values, right? Okay. if the question, we have to find an average velocity, magnitude of average velocity, 2r sine theta by 2. Theta is 3 pi by 2 means 3 pi by 4 divided by time. Okay. Then 2r sine 3 pi by 4. 3 pi by 4 means 1 by root 2 divided by time, and it will become root 2r by t. You can calculate in general way also. See, in general way it will take longer time. Average speed, I am showing here average speed. Total distance pi r plus pi r by 2 means pi r plus pi r by 2. Half the circle, pi r, again quarter circle, pi r by 2, total distance is pi plus pi r by 2 divided by time. Solve it, it will come 3 pi r by 2. This is 2. Okay. No need to think a lot of things, just put the formula. Then average velocity. Our velocity is the displacement divided by time. This is displacement, this is r, this is r, this angle is 90. Base perpendicular hypotenuse, so this is root 2r by time. So these are known value. If the angle are given 120 degree, 60 degree, any angle, for any angle you can calculate using these two simple formula. If time is given in terms of time, these two are very important formula. If time is given, okay, then next type of motion along a curved path, all these formula are very important. AB, path length means curved path is AB, AB is r theta, remember this. The next type of question, question number 3. Question number 3. A particle or a body moves along a circle of a radius r. A body moves along a circle of radius r with a constant speed. See, this is in terms of speed. The previous question was in terms of time, with a constant speed v, and produces an angle theta about the center. Okay. Find average velocity. No need to calculate average speed, because if speed is constant, then average speed is equal to uniform speed or constant speed. Okay, we have to find average velocity. The body moves along a circle. Let the body starts from this point. The radius of the circle is r. This is O. Subtends or produces an angle theta above the center. Reaches at B. This is also radius. We have to find average velocity. Speed of the body is v. Okay. Then this is displacement AB. Okay. As we have got displacement AB, 2r sine theta by 2. We have discussed in brief in lecture 3. Okay. Displacement AB. Magnitude of displacement is 2r sine theta by 2. Then time. Time is curved path AB. Means this is the actual path divided by speed. Curved path AB. AB is r theta, as we have got from previous question, divided by time, then average velocity. Displacement is 2r sine theta by 2 divided by speed, divided by time, time is distance by speed. Okay. AB is r theta, speed is v, r theta by v, then r theta by v. R get cancelled. Then average velocity is 2v sine theta by 2 divided by theta. This is very important formula, but here it must be remembered that theta in radian. Very important and useful for your competitive JEE, NEET, etc. in short time. You can solve or get the answer in half minute if you keep this formula in your mind. Okay, I will use this formula now itself. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Take the screenshot. Then the related question: a boy runs on a circular track of radius 20 meter with a speed, constant speed, with a speed 10 meter per second, completes either you may take semicircle or quarter circle, okay, or 3/4 of circle, semicircle or quarter circle or 3/4 of circle, anywhere. Okay, semicircle, we have to find average velocity. For semicircle, the boy starts from point A, moves along the circular track with speed v, and reaches at point B, completes a semicircular track, radius is r. Then we have to find average velocity. See, average velocity, magnitude of average velocity. 2, speed is v, sine theta by 2, here theta is pi. For semicircle pi, then sine pi by 2 divided by theta, theta is pi. Okay, then average speed is 2v sine pi by 2, sine 90 is 1 by pi. Then b, speed is 10 meter per second, then 20 by pi meter per second. This is answer. Average speed will be again v, means 10 meter per second. Will you see it? Average speed, okay, average speed is distance by time, total distance is pi r for semicircular track, or you may use the previous formula, average speed. Then total distance is pi r, speed is v. Okay, average speed pi r. Oh, sorry, average speed by time. By time. But we have not got time. We have to first get time. Then average speed is pi r. Time is distance. Distance is pi r. Speed is v. Total distance is pi r. Speed is v. In place of time, you may put pi r by v. Pi r cancel. Again, speed v means 10 meter per second. So no need to calculate. Average speed is equal to uniform speed. So these are the tricks. You must remember all the tricks in your mind for your better and quick answer. These are like till now we have not used. We'll use them. Then some common questions in every book, all your fundamental books, these questions are given, and we all teachers do the question. But some different in today's lecture. I will show you again shortcut trick. I am showing you first the shortcut method, then I will apply the question what you have done from your general book. Okay. Next question, I forgot the question number. Let question number is 3 or 4. What do you get? A man or a body moves along a straight line. Okay. Body moves along a straight line. Okay. With different speeds V1, V2, V3 up to Vn for equal path lengths. Okay. Equal path lengths. Find average speed. Average velocity, magnitude of average velocity will be also equals to average speed, because motion is on a straight line. If a body moves along a straight line, then average speed, magnitude of average speed is equal to that of average velocity. Okay. A body moves along a straight line with different speeds V1, V2, V3 up to Vn for equal path lengths. Okay. Let the body starts from O. Let this path length is x, moves with a velocity V1, then equal path length x, moves with a velocity V2, then equal path length x, moves with a velocity V3, and so on. And final path length is x, moves with a velocity Vn, and this is final position A. We have to find average speed or average velocity, the same thing. Okay. Then this point A, this point B, this point C, then this point is x. Okay. Time taken by the body to move from O to A. See, distance is x, speed is v1. Time taken by the body to move from A to B. This is t1. This time is t2. From A to B, distance by speed. From B to C, time is t3, x by v3, and so on. For this distance h, final distance h, time is tn, distance is x, speed is vn. Then average speed. Average speed is total distance x plus x up to n. Total time t1 plus t2 up to tn. So total distance is nx. Total time x by v1 plus x by v2 up to x by vn. X. So average speed is equal to n divided by 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2 up to 1 by vn. This is your answer. Not looking good? It will look very good and very beautiful if you apply this question. I will show you. Have you taken the formula? Okay. I am changing this question. A body moves along a straight line with different speeds v1 and v2 for first half and second half of distance respectively. Find average speed. First half distance first half distance with a speed v1, next half distance with a velocity v2. Then we have to find average speed or average velocity. Here same. Use the formula n. Two equal parts, n is 2. Two velocities v1 and v2 up to this 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2. I am solving it. 2 divided by. This is your answer. Then you may take another step. 2 by. Take LCM v1 v2, v1 plus v2. Then your answer is 2 v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. I think you could recognize the answer. If it were given, the question were given with different speeds v1, v2 and v3 for first half, for first 1/3 distance, second 1/3 distance, and final 1/3 distance. Then find average velocity or average speed. Then in this case, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 3. 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2 plus 1 by v3. You can solve it. Solving it, you will get 3 v1, v2, v3 divided by v1, v2 plus v2, v3 plus v3, v1. Okay. 4 segment, 5 segment, whatever you may divide. Okay. This is trick. This is important for you. Okay. Distance equal, speeds are different. Okay. You catch the trick, students. This will help you. Okay. This question, I could take a number of times taking 3 or more questions for 2 segment, 3 segment, 4 segment, v1, v2, v1, v2, v3, v1, v2, v3, v4. So that will be wastage of time. Your time is very precious. Then next type of question, equal time. These are division of equal distance, now equal time. Okay. Next question. A body moves on a straight line. Moves on a straight line, moves with speeds or velocity. Straight line means speed is equal to velocity. Moves with speeds v1, v2, v3, vn. Okay. For same interval of time. Same interval of time, you may take t, etc. We have to find average speed or average velocity. Take the body moving along a straight line. Okay, starts from O. For time t, it moves with a velocity v1. For next time t, for next interval of time t, moves with a velocity v2. For next interval of time, moves with a velocity v3, and so on. For last interval of time t, moves with a velocity vn, and finally reaches at point x. We have to find average speed. Let this is a, this is b, this is c, and so on. Here distance is x1. x1 is speed into time from a to b. Distance is x2. Speed into time. Distance bc, x3 time. Distance is speed into time. Let this distance is xn. Speed vn into time. Then average speed. Total distance x1 plus x2 plus x3 up to xn. Total time t plus t plus t up to n. Then this is equals to v1t plus v2t plus up to vn t divided by t plus t plus t up to n is n t. Then in this case, average speed is equal to v1 plus v2 plus v3 up to vn divided by n. This is your answer. Not looking good. Okay, I will show you. It will look very beautiful. Okay, as you require. A body moves on a straight line, moves with speeds v1 and v2. Okay, v1 and v2 for same interval of intervals of time t and t. We have to find average velocity. See, ends here. Moves with a velocity for time v1 for time t. Next moves with a velocity for time t and reaches at x. The body travels half the time with a velocity v1 for next half time with a velocity v2. Okay. Then we have to find average speed. This distance is x1, this distance is x2. Then total distance is x1 plus x2. Total time is t plus t. Then x1 is speed is v1, time is t, v1 t. Speed is v2, time is t, divided by 2t, t, v1 plus v2 by 2. If another interval were given, velocity v3, time is t, then v1 plus v2 plus v3 by 3, v1 plus v2 plus v3 plus v4 by 3, and so on. Very easy. Okay, you just catch the trick. Okay, it will be better for your future competitive as well as for your regular studies. Okay, have you taken screenshot? Must take. Next question, we'll turn up some questions. Okay, see, we have divided the questions into equal interval of time, t, v1, v2, v3. Okay, equal distance, equal time. Then we will mix them up. Next question, I think question number 6, maybe a body moves on a straight line. Half the distance traveled by it with a speed v naught. Okay, for next half distance, okay, half the time. Very common question. All we teachers do the same question. All we teacher. I am also a simple teacher. Okay, half the distance, sorry, half the time with a speed v1, and for next half time with a speed v2. Again the same question, find average speed of the man or average velocity, the same thing, because motion is along a straight line. Okay, here we are mixing equal distance and equal time. Like total distance is, for easy calculation, total distance is 2x. Okay, man starts from O, final reaches at x. Half the distance, let half the distance is from O to A. Means this distance is x from O to A. Half the distance travelled by the body with a velocity v naught for next half distance, means from A to x. Half the time, let from A to x, total time is 2t for easy calculation, or you may take t for half the time. Let this point is b, moves with a speed v1 for next half time, again time is t2, moves with a speed v2. We have to find our speed. Okay, then time taken by the man, time taken by the body to move from O to A is t naught, time is distance x divided by speed v naught. Then from A to x, total distance x, half the distance is ax is equal to ab plus bx. So ax is x, sorry, small x, total distance 2x, half the distance x, then from A to x, don't take x, it will be let x c. From A to C, distance is x. Then AB speed is v1, time is t by 2. BC speed is v2, time is t by 2. Speed into time is distance, speed into time is distance. Then x is equal to t by 2 into v1 plus v2. Total time is t is equal to 2x divided by v1 plus v2. Okay. Now I will calculate our speed. Our speed is total distance is 2x total time T naught from O to A, then T from A to C, then 2x T naught. T naught is x by V naught plus T, 2x by V1 plus V2. Okay. X get cancelled. Now only you can solve it. 2 divided by 1 by V naught plus 2 by V1 plus V2. You can solve here also. I think you have taken the question. Then average speed 2 divided by, take LCM, V0 into V1 plus V2. Then here V1 plus V2 plus 2V0, and final answer here 2 V0 into V1 plus V2 divided by V1 plus V2 plus 2V0. This is your final answer. Half the distance x, then half the time t2, t by 2. Okay, these are easier questions. I think you are understanding well. Okay, next question number, I think 7. I have forgotten the number. Question number, okay. Question number 7. A particle moves on x, y plane. Was on a plane, okay. At any instant, t, displacement x means on x-axis is given as 3t cube plus 3t meter, where t is time, t in second, and y displacement y is equal to 7t square minus 90 meter. Again, t is in second or t is time. Okay, find velocity of the particle at t is equal to 1 second. Means we have to find instantaneous velocity. Very simple. We will use now differential equations. Only within these two equations we can solve all these. Answer. Solution. Displacement on x-axis, x is 3t cube plus 3t. Then velocity along x-axis, v is equal to ds by dt, here dx by dt. d by dt of 3t cube plus 3t. Okay. Then d by dt of 3t cube, 3 is constant, bring it outside. d by dt of t cube, d by dx of x to the power n. d by dt in place of xt, t to the power 3, x to the power n. Then n means 3. t to the power, bring the power outside, 3 is power outside. 3 minus 1, t to the power 3 minus 1 is 2, 3t square. Then d by dt of 3t, 3 is constant, bring it outside, d by dt of t, d by dx of x to the power n, d by dx of t, t means t to the power 1, 1 into t to the power 1 minus 1, means t to the power 0 is 1, 1 into 1 is 1, then 3 into 1. Then velocity along x-axis is 9t square plus 3. Again, time is 1 second, then 9 into 1 square plus 3, that is equals to 12 meter per second. Then velocity along y-axis dy by dt, then d by dt y is given (70 square minus 90). d by dt of 70 square, 7 is constant, bring it outside, d by dt of t square, d by dx of x to the power n, power is 2, bring the power outside, x to the power n minus 1, t to the power 2 minus 1, t. Okay. Minus d by dt of 90, 9 is constant, d by dt of t means power of t is 1, 1 into t to the power 1 minus 1, t to the power 0 is 1, 1 into 1 is 1. Then velocity along y axis is 14t minus 9, t is 1 second, means 14 minus 1 minus 9, 14 minus 9 is 5 meter per second. We have to find the resulting velocity. I am erasing this. Resultant velocity is velocity along x-axis plus velocity along y-axis. Velocity along x-axis magnitude is 12, 12 I cap, unit vector along x-axis I cap, velocity along y-axis 5, 5 j cap. Then magnitude of velocity, square root of 12 square plus 5 square, that is equals to 13 meter per second. This is your answer. Easy? Yes, too easy. You just, if you have not studied till now, go through the lecture again and again. I think you must understand. You can. Okay. Then next question. I will cover some 2 or 3 questions. Next question, let question number 8 or 9, whatever may be, displacement. Displacement of a particle is given as S is equal to displacement S 3t square plus 2t meter, where t is in second or t is time. First bit, find average velocity between intervals of time t1 is equal to 1 second and t2 is equal to 2 seconds. Very easy question, common question. Then average velocity, total change in displacement, the ratio of total change in displacement to total change in time. Then when time is 1 second, let displacement is S1. Time is 1 second, 3 into 1 square. This is equation of displacement. In place of t, let's put 1. 3 into 1 square plus 2 into 1. Displacement S1, 3 plus 2, 5 meters. Okay. Then displacement in 2 seconds. Time is 2 seconds. Again same equation. 3 into 2 square plus 2 into 2. Then displacement 3 into 4, 12, 12 plus 4, 14 meters. Okay. 3t square, t is 1, 3, 2 into 1, 2, 3 plus 2, 5, 3 into 2 square, 2 square is 4, 4 into 3, 12, again 2 into 2, 2 into 2, 4, 12 plus 4, 14. Okay. Okay. This is displacement in 1 second and displacement in 2 seconds. Then now magnitude of average velocity. Okay. We have to assume that body is moving along a straight line, then change in displacement s2 minus s1, t2 minus t1. Okay. Then s2 minus s1, 16 minus 5, t2 minus t1, 2 minus 1, 16 minus 5 is 11, 11 divided by 1, 11 meter per second. Okay. Then b bit, second bit, find instantaneous velocity at t is equal to 1 second. Okay. I will erase it. Erase. Okay. instantaneous velocity. V is equal to ds by dt. Then d by dt, in place of s we can write 3t square plus 2t. Again differentiation, instantaneous velocity. D by dt of 3t square, 3 is constant, bring it outside. D by dt of 2 square, power is 2, bring it outside, then t to the power 2 minus 1t. Then d by dt of 2t, 2 is constant, bring it outside, d by dt of t is 1. The instantaneous velocity is 60 plus 2, t is 1 second, then 6 into 1 plus 2, 6 plus 2, too easy. Just have interest to approach the questions, everything will be very easier. Okay. Next question, I think. It is question number 9, what I think. Okay. Question number 9, in terms of velocity. Velocity is given as velocity of a body is given as V is equal to, suppose 5t square plus 7t, this much meter per second length. Okay. Find displacement in the interval of time t1 is equal to 0 second, t1 is equal to 0 and t2 is equal to 1 second. I am using the simpler data. We would take 5 second, 9 second, I have taken, or you may take 1 second and 2 second. Okay. Then B is equal to 5t square plus 7t. See students, the questions are different from each other. My motto is to show you different varieties of questions in a certain interval of time. Okay. V is equal to ds by dt. ds by dt is 5t square plus 7t. So obviously ds is equal to 5t square plus 7t into dt. To get displacement, let's integrate both sides. ds integration of 5t square plus 7t into dt. Then limit of time 1 second to 2 second, lower limit, upper limit, this is 0 to s. Let's solve it. I may erase the question. Okay. Integration of ds is s, integration of dx is x. No need to take constant, the integration of ds is s. You may take limit from 0 to s. Integration of 5t square, bring 5 outside. Integration of t square, see. Integration of x to the power n dx, x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Integration of t square, t to the power, here n is 2, 2 plus 1 3, 2 plus 1 3, limit is 1 second to 2 second. Then integration of 70 into dt, 5t square dt, 70 into dt. 7 is a constant, bring it outside. T dt, x to the power n dx, power of t is 1. Then t to the power n plus 1, t to the power of t is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 1 is 2, limit is from 1 to 2. Then this is s minus 0, upper limit minus lower limit, 5 by 3, bring 3 outside. T cube means put upper limit, 2 cube, minus lower limit, 1 cube, plus 7 by 2. T square means 2 square, upper limit 2, 2 square, minus lower limit 1, 1 square. Then you may solve it to get your answer. 5 by 3 into 8 minus 1 plus 7 by 2 into 4 minus 1. You can solve it now. Nothing more bigger thing. Then unit will be meter. This is 7, 7 by 3. This is 3, 3 into 7, 21 by 2. Then add it, you will get your answer. Okay. Very easy. Then another one type of question which is very conceptual. What I have discussed in your displacement. This will not helpful for us. Okay. An object, next question. An object moves on x, y plane. Okay. At any instant of time, 1 second. Let's take t1. In instant of time t1, 1 second, the position is 3 meter, 5 meter in time t. The positions is, let's take 4 meter, 8 meter. Okay. Find average velocity of the body. Okay, let's take Cartesian plane, body moving on xy plane. At any instant of time t1, the object is at a coordinates are 3, 5. At any instant of time t2, object is at B, then the positions are 4 meter and 8 meter. Okay, this is displacement S. C, from origin to position A, R1, from origin to position B, R2, then AB, this is B. AB is displacement is S, displacement vector is R2 vector minus R1 vector. C, this is x1, y1, this is x2, y2. As we have discussed in position vector and displacement vector, then position vector is, I will use direct formula because we have already discussed it, x2 minus x1 I cap, okay, plus y2 minus y1 j cap. Then displacement vector x2 is 4, x1 is 3, 4 minus 3 I cap, y2 is 8, y1 is 5, 8 minus 5 into j cap, then displacement vector I cap plus 8 minus 5, 3 j cap. Okay. Then magnitude of displacement, or you may calculate average velocity directly, average velocity displacement by interval of time delta s by delta t. This is delta s, this is delta s. Okay, delta s is I cap plus 3 j cap. Interval of time t1 is 1 second, 1 second. T2, let's take 2 seconds, T2 is 2 seconds. Then interval of time is 2 minus 1, 1 means average velocity I cap plus 3 j cap. You can calculate magnitude. I cap and j cap along x axis and y axis, angle between them is 90 degrees. This is 1 into I cap 1 square plus 3 square. This is 9 plus 1 root over of 10 meter per second. Okay, 2 easier questions, students. Then I will do some 2 types of questions. Those are very small type. I will not take more time. Some short range question. Okay. Next question. Displacement of a body. Displacement is given as, I am writing in certain way. Displacement is given as S is equal to 60 square minus 80 meter. It is asked at what time velocity will be 0. Displacement of a body is given as S is equal to 60 square minus 80 meter, where t is time. At what time velocity is 0. Then velocity is ds by dt, d by dt of displacement. Displacement is 60 square minus 80. Then velocity is d by dt of 60 square. 6 is constant. Bring it outside. D by dt of t square. Power is 2. Then 2. Bring power 2 outside. Then t to the power 2 minus 1 means 1. Minus d by dt of 80. 80 is constant. D by dt of t is 1. Then velocity is 12t minus 8. Okay. If velocity is 0, then 12t minus 8 is 0. T is equal to, 12t is equal to 8. Then t is equal to 8 by 12 means it will come 4 by 6 or 2 by 3 second. Whatever it may come, you have framed the question. Okay. Then another type of question, only one. Displacement is given as. Displacement is given as root of x. X is displacement is equal to t plus 1. T is time. What is nature of motion? Very simple question, sub-type question. Displacement x is x root of x. X is displacement t plus 1 where t is time. Root of x is t plus 1. Now square both sides. Root of x square is x. T plus 1 whole square. T square plus 1 plus 2t. Then velocity. Velocity is the rate of change of displacement. Then velocity. dx by dt means d by dt of t square plus 1 plus 2t. Okay. T square 1 plus 1 plus 2t. Then velocity d by dt of t square, power is to bring it outside. Then okay, t square, n is to bring to outside, t x to the power n minus 1, t to the power 2 minus 1 is t. D by dt of constant is 0 plus d by dt of 2t, 2 is constant, bring it outside, and d by dt of t is 1. Then velocity is 2t plus 2. See students, velocity is 2t plus 2. 2 is time, t is time, time never decreases. Okay, time always increases. So time increases means velocity increases. The nature of motion is body is moving with increasing velocity. T increases, velocity increases, or you may say increasing velocity means body is moving with acceleration. Okay, this is end of lecture 5, but my dear students, this is not the end. This is just beginning. All these questions we have discussed in lecture 5 are only fundamentals. You have to do a number of questions, number of problems, so that you can score well in your regular studies as well as in competitive. What I have advised from time to time. Go through your text as well as numericals, objective questions from different objective books. Whatever you may follow, I will advise in some next, after some classes, because it's already late. I think you are following the books. And finally, I would like to say, students, Kirk's physics is not mine. Kirk's physics is your channel, students. This is your channel.